Nick
like his
Emery.
shirt.
Yeah, nice shirt, Nick.
Nice shirt, Nick.
Of course. It
Same
has
as
to be the
Jerem.
same as Jerem's, of course.
What was your first
choice.
thought when you found that out?
Well, Kyle Chilton opened the door, and I saw Jerem wearing it. I was like, man, why didn't you tell me what to wear?
Good. We both have great taste.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're the veteran now. As a sophomore, does that feel kind of strange to be so early in your career, but to be one of the guys that people are looking up to?
Yeah, it's a little strange, but, this team has got a lot of talent. We've got a lot of guys who are in the top 100 in high school and have played against top competition. And you can tell even with them, it's an adjustment playing college ball. It was an adjustment for me last year, but I think they're doing a great job.
Let's rewind to the moment that you and TJ walked into Dave Rose's office and you committed. When exactly was that? Do you remember what year that was?
That was me going into my junior year and TJ going into his sophomore year is when we committed.
So this was like 5-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Now you guys are all back from missions. You played a year. TJ's back from France. Eric's back from Italy. What's it like to have these guys back? And, okay, finally, the season where you all get to play.
It's awesome. TJ and Eric and I have worked hard for this, and we've always wanted to play together in college, and to have it finally here is so surreal. It doesn't feel real right now, and I don't think it'll feel real until we're out on the court in October and November.
What was that like the first time you got into any sort of a competitive environment with them? I know it hasn't been a game yet, but just to scrimmage with them again after that super long 5-year plus wait.
Yeah, it was good. I don't think we've skipped a beat. The first time I played with TJ, we knew exactly where each other were, and it was fun. And then Eric, obviously, when it was time for him to play, we were throwing oops. We were just we didn't skip a beat. We were playing together, and to have that chemistry growing up and to bring that to BYU, it's going to be fun.
There's this nickname, Lone Peak 3. Does Zach Frampton feel left out in that?
That's what's funny is everyone calls us Lone Peak 3, but we've got Quincy and Frampton from Lone Peak. But it's cool, but we're ready. We know this is a team game. It's just not the Lone Peak 3, but it's everyone. You can't do it without Kyle Davis, with Elijah, and with everyone else. They're going to be huge for us.
How have you improved your game individually from your freshman year now to the beginning of your sophomore season?
I think in the summer I've understood that I can score the ball, but this year I wanted to be more of a leader. With being such a young team, you need to be able to lead the team, and how to have guys like Eric who has played a year and Kyle Davis, that helps. But I feel like I've gotten a lot bigger and stronger, and I can actually jump higher this year too, so that's good.
You're not going to have to hang on the rim to dunk it this year? Is that what you're saying?
That's right. I don't have to hang on the rim and then grab the ball, right?
That was one of my favorite moments from last year.
I have 1.5 dunks from last year.
Yeah, baby. What are the scrimmages like right now with the guys? Because you do have the 2 hours a week, for a while, but Monday it's official. So what have those scrimmages and practices been like with you guys?
We've been lifting and conditioning for about 12 weeks straight now. Scrimmaging, we've been going at it as well. We've been probably going 3 or 4 times a week scrimmaging. And, it's good to play with each other because the chemistry that we have from last year's team obviously is gone. And so to build that chemistry with this year's team is going to be big for us this year. But I think we've done a great job at it. Coach Shork has done a great job with our guys of getting us bigger, getting us in shape for the season. And, I think right now we're in better shape than what I finished at last year, which is a good sign.
How do you think the ball distribution will play out? Because there are a lot of guys that are confident in their ability to score the ball, you included. So how do you envision that playing out? Because the dynamic of the team offensively shifts from a strictly perimeter-based offense to now you've got a bunch of guys in the post back.
Yeah, I think one thing with that is there's no one on our team that's selfish. We always find the extra guy. And I think we had that last year too, and I think Coach Rose does a great job at implementing that. If a guy next to you has a better shot, give it to him. And that's what we still got to do is just implement that. And I think if we do that, we're going to be hard to stop.
How's your health? Because you still deal with thoracic outlet syndrome, circulation, that kind of thing, but you had a deep laceration in your foot before the season. It took a while to kind of get healthy, I think, So how are you now?
It took me about half the season to finally feel like I was back, but I'm good now. I've got a broken rib, but other than that, I took a shoulder from Elijah. But other than that, I'm good. I've still been practicing, still been doing everything, and I feel good.
You have a broken rib right now.
I do. Yeah. But
Like, you can play still, or do you have?
I hate sitting out. That was it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and so Rob was telling me to sit out, and I told him no. I'm good.
Okay.
What do you do? Do you tape it up? Like, can you add extra padding? What, can you do anything?
No, there's really nothing you can do for a broken rib. Just let it rest. And I'm not a patient guy when it comes to resting, so.
So you're supposed to let it rest, but you're like, no, I'm not going to let it rest.
Exactly, yeah.
And look out for Elijah Bryan. I think that's what we learned from
Yeah,
that.
watch out.
That hair is actually really hard. It's not
Yeah,
soft.
230, man. He's a big dude. 6'4", 230. That's crazy.
Nick Emery, BYU Basketball sophomore guard, is with us on BYU Sports Nation, part of our BYU Basketball Media Day coverage. This is the second hour of a special. You got some new swag, and we're displaying it via the BYU Sports Nation desk here with the new elite jerseys. What do you think of the new look and the new uniforms for BYU this year?
I think they're nice. We had our media day, and the jerseys are very light, and that's what you want and they're tight fitting, but the way they look obviously are cool too with the mountain design on the shorts.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sweet.
Hey, let's get some solid info about some guys on the team. Okay, so we want to run through this pretty quick, but okay, strongest dude on the team.
Elijah.
Elijah.
He's a big.
You know that
dude.
firsthand now.
I know that firsthand now. I've experienced that.
Okay, best shooter on the team.
Right now, I gotta say me.
Ballin'.
I'm a confident dude. But no, we've got a lot of good shooters.
Best handle.
I would say LJ Rose.
Rose. Okay.
He's got a quick handle.
Biggest goofball.
Eric Mika.
Shocker!
That's a
easy.
surprise
Yeah.
to nobody.
Eric covered in Vegas on that one. Who's the best dunker?
Best dunker, I gotta say Yoli.
Yoli
has
Childs.
hops.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll actually have a dunk contest this year in Boom Shakalaka, I think.
Okay.
As opposed to the last couple years. That was
Yeah,
quite the
that
shot.
last
at
year
the
was
last-
that was awful. I will almost wanted to join in.
You're
Get
like,
my
I
half
can-
dunk
Your
and I would
dunk
have
and a
won
half
it.
might have won.
Watch this.
Might have won.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
who's the most likely to get lost on a road trip?
That's an interesting question. I'd
The others weren't, apparently.
say Stephen Bayo. Stephen Bayo would be probably playing Pokemon Go.
Okay.
He's the
Just
Pokemon Go
wandering in
guy.
the cities.
Who's the most likely to be like, yeah, I want to be on the Skins team? You know what I'm saying?
Davin Gwynn. So,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me show off my gun, right?
Oh,
no,
we got
Davin's a good dude.
We got a fan question from @ConnorCrandall2. Which one of you are the best in NBA 2K? You guys play that?
Yeah, I would say Jamal. Jamal probably plays that every single day he gets home.
Jamal Aites. Now I know
Jamal
that another Jamal is big into that as well. Jamal Williams is big
We need
into
a
the NBA
Jamal
2K.
2K
Yes.
competition on Facebook Live.
All right, Nick. Now back to the less important questions that we've gotten the who would get lost on a road trip out of the way and who's the goofball.
It's good to know. We're gonna ask the others too. See what they say. Yeah.
Those are fun. With the hype obviously surrounding this team, how are you managing expectations? Because your coach is like, look, we're embracing it. He feels like there's a new level of excitement for BYU basketball, and he's not sure he's ever encountered that much just from the general public. How are you and the guys dealing with the expectations and the excitement for this team?
I think you do embrace it. You got to realize there is a ton of hype out there, but people also have to realize we are a super young team, and so we also have to realize that as a team that we got to still build that chemistry. We still got to build everything that comes to a winning program, and we've got so much talent this year. Even with scrimmages, it's fun. We are really, really good. Now, if we can put all that together, I think we can reach those expectations, and that's our goal. We don't want to be not a good team. We want to be the best team we can, and we want to show BYU fans that we want to be the best team we can.
How do you people take different mindsets? They go, I'm just going to focus on what I do or our team. And then there's other approaches like, okay, listen, we need to win a conference title, so we've got to be better than Gonzaga and St. Mary's and everybody else or whatever. What's the mindset of this team, although it's really early?
I think it's taking it one game at a time. You know, we can't look towards Gonzaga. We can't look towards St. Mary's because you saw last year we lost to Portland and Pacific. You know, those were weak losses that we had. But I think this year's team, we have more of a focus, I think. We are more dialed in. You know, we come to practice and we get things done. And I think that's going to help us not lose those types of games and win the big games in the end.
With so much spread out talent on the team, is there any sort of idea of who the starting five might be? I mean, how do you even begin to address that or that mentality of like, well, I think I'm going to start, but there's a bunch of good dudes on the team.
Right, and I think that's what makes it fun in practice. Is it's a battle every day. It's competitive, and we get after each other. And you know, we all trust Coach Rose, and Coach Rose will make the best decision in the end. And you know, whatever team's out there, it's going to be a blood battle, and we're going to have to fight, and we're going to do the best we can to win every game.
Give us an idea of some of the other guys that are these newcomers. So people are familiar with the names of Eric Mika and TJ Haas and whatnot, but give us an idea of some of these other guys like Yoli and Stephen Bayo and Leifson or whatever, and how they're doing.
You know, they're doing well. I think it was we just barely got a new strength coach, and it was pretty intense. And so I think when they first came in, it was, I mean, they were dazed. They had no idea what was happening. We were running, we were lifting hard, and you know, you get home at the end of the night and you're just like, how did I do that? You know, I'm done. I'm finished. But I think they've done well. They've found their role. I think Colby and Steven are both great shooters, and they're going to be huge for us coming in and knocking down those shots.
Nick, great stuff, man. We wish you the best of luck. Let's give you the BYU Sports Nation karma as you open up official practices on Monday. And from what we hear, you're going to be in your new Marriott Center Annex not too long.
That's right. I'm really excited for that.
You'll have a place to play, not in the RB with a wristband.
That's right.
Not with the riffraff like
for
us.
Davin, he can actually keep his shirt off now.
I'm so glad you asked that question, Jerem.
Yeah.
Nick, great
Had
stuff,
to be
man.
asked.
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks.